My name is Marcus Santos. I'm from Antioch, California. I currently reside in Los Angeles, California, where I attend California State University, Northridge, and I am the creative director and owner of One of One Los Angeles. Growing up, I've always been like a very creative person. Like since I was a child, if you ask my parents, I've always just been like drawing no matter what it is. Like I've always had a passion for art, I would say. Like throughout high school, I really found interest in like all of my art classes. I also in high school used to like design people's sneakers and like customize them, but that honestly didn't go too well because the paint always was cracking off their shoes, so I had to give that passion up because business wasn't going well, honestly. Then coming into college, I sort of didn't really know what I wanted to do. I came in as a mechanical engineering major, but I knew deep down that's not what I wanted to do because I wasn't really that good at math. And then I ended up like switching over to apparel and fashion design because I've always found interest in fashion and designing. At first I wanted to be a sneaker designer. That's what my idea was. And once I started majoring at CSUN in apparel and fashion design, like we didn't do anything with shoes at all. So then I sort of just really got an interest into like fashion because I've always been like a very like fashionable type person, I would say. Growing up, everyone always, even though I don't believe it myself, always would say I'm like the best dressed person at my school or something like that. I feel like my brand is like sort of a reflection of me. It really resembles like my style, I would say, in a way, because everything that I make is something that I know I would actually wear. One of One started in December of last year. I don't remember the exact date, but that's when me and my friend Brianna Doris launched One of One. But over time, she's seen that it wasn't really her interest, so I took over managing and designing the whole thing all to myself. She actually was the one that came up with the name One of One Los Angeles because I didn't have a name or any idea what I wanted my brand to be named, but I knew that it was something I really wanted to do. And we had been talking about this since like junior year, but we had just kept putting it off over and over, like over time. So I'm glad we finally really launched the brand. One of the major conflicts, was finding good manufacturers. So, it really took a while for me and lots of money to find, like right now, find Marisol, for example, and then a few of my other manufacturers that make my other clothing.
My name is Marisol Arias, and I am the founder of Marisol, California. I do brand development, but it's also a name for my designs. I met Marcus through a referral. I do all of his brand development, which is the initiating process of any design. He gives me a sketch, a drawing, and from there I make a pattern, and then I make him the sample. We do a fitting, and then from there we put it in production. Working with Marcus is amazing because he's a very creative designer, so every single time he gives me a challenge. There's nothing that he wants to make that is very simple or just, he really is one of a kind. And the stuff that he makes is not only creative, but it's like innovative. And what I do sometimes with him is when we talk about a style, we both come up with different ideas how we could incorporate and make it happen based on his sketch. So it's very interesting working with him.
The whole pandemic, it really affected like the overall like my budget for my brand, because especially just starting out, like making clothes, especially good quality clothes, is pretty expensive. So I had to really figure out like throughout the design process which designs would work best for me that I know will for sure make me some money to keep my brand going and not have to keep coming out of pocket to pay for them. Another thing that COVID affected would say, because everything closed down, so I really for like a couple of months I couldn't even get my clothes made, anything. So that really caused like a big whole, like, I honestly haven't really dropped that many items because, you know, COVID really affected that. You know, things happen and you just gotta adapt and keep going, I would say. Like, for example, I had these jean jackets that I made. I never actually even dropped them. I did a whole photo shoot, everything. Had a lot of people that wanted them and never ended up dropping them. COVID also was a real help for me because it really gave me the time to develop my skill set as a designer over time because I literally had nothing else to do. So honestly, all I've been really doing this whole year is really just trying to perfect my craft, learn new bits and pieces to help me elevate my skills and to possibly become one of the next big designers in Los Angeles. Over time, I really realized, like, for my brand, like, I don't really like to just make, like, you know, just basic stuff, just hoodies, slap a logo on it or something. I like to really design, like, garments that you haven't seen before.
That gives it that one-of-one.
Yeah, that gives it that one-of-one feel. Yeah, exactly.
Because I think you hadn't maybe dropped anything in a minute. Now all of a sudden I was like, dang, who wants that 4,000 followers? Did you expect that at all?
I would say, yeah, honestly, it wasn't any surprise to me because I really been, like, throughout the whole process, I really put a lot of effort into it, from the content I post to the design process. Like, I literally sit on some designs for like months to really perfect them, I would say. What really helped my brand grow, I would really say Instagram and Twitter, like social media was a huge part of it. Cause, you know, just simple retweet, reposts. Like I said, Instagram celebrity wearing my clothes, it really helped my brand grow a lot. Instagram influencer that I work with a lot, her name's Love London K, I think that's how you pronounce it on Instagram. Yeah, like, she honestly has helped me get a whole lot of followers. Like, I gave her some of my sweatpants and she really styled them real good. The picture she posted, like one of my most recent pictures with the blue stacked cargos, it really, like, a lot of, like, big Instagram, like, fashion pages were reposting it. I seen a few, like, a few videos on TikTok of, like, you know, just people reposting, like, fashion trends, like, cool pictures and stuff. And then I would say that really brought in a lot of followers. The stacked cargo pants I made, those for sure are my biggest, like, leading sale item right now. Yeah, honestly, I honestly, when I made those, I didn't even really like them because honestly, I wanted to make those, which sounds crazy, I wanted to make them pants at first, like some corduroy pants, but then I ended up not being able to find the fabric. And then I was talking with Marisol, and then she was like, you should make some sweatpants out of it. I was like, you know, I don't know how I feel about that, but then ended up making them, and then I just posted them to see how people react, and people started going crazy over them. I was pretty surprised, like, because I honestly didn't expect to get, like, that much feedback in so little amount of time. Because honestly, when I dropped those, I think, like, when I first dropped them, I think I only had, like, maybe 1,000 followers, and then, like, those have honestly been making my page grow like crazy, just those sweatpants alone. So like, I don't want to just be known for those sweatpants, but I feel like it's giving me, like, that foot in the door into the fashion industry. What makes it unique, I would say, I really like to play with a lot of vibrant colors and, like, unique styles, like a lot of unique patterns that you haven't seen people use before. I feel like it really attracts, like, you know, that the people with a good, like, fashion sense, I would say that people that are really, like, open and creative when it comes to the way they dress. I feel like that's, like, the real type of people I've been targeting lately. Like, the people that are bold. Plans for my brand for future-wise, I would say I honestly wanted to become one of the next big faces in the fashion industry. Over time, I feel like with more experience, more knowledge, more experimentation with designs. Like overall, I feel like over time I for sure will become one of the biggest brands, honestly, hopefully in the world. That's the goal. Honestly, after seeing like designers like Virgil Abloh, for example, Jerry Lorenzo, Kirby Jean, I don't know how to pronounce his name exactly, but seeing a lot of like ethnic designers really influenced me and showed me like, yeah, this is really possible to do this. I feel like those three people really influenced a lot of young designers to generate that next wave of big designers, and hopefully I can be one of them. So you guys can follow me on Instagram at Marcus B Dippin. My Twitter is also the same thing. My brand page is oneof1_LA. I got a lot of new items, designs coming out that I got planned in store for this winter, and a lot coming in the future.